All right, this is your help for website 2. So I'm going to look at what I'm looking for first before I go looking for it. So I'm looking for what 4 things are shown on the periodic table, and it looks like I want to figure out what the 6, the C, the carbon, and the 12 mean. Then it looks like I'm going to fill in this square to look like the element oxygen on the periodic table. Finally, I'm going to use the information above and the website here to answer the following question and to draw a model of an atom of oxygen. So I'm guessing my model of my atom of oxygen is going to go here, and then it looks like the question I have to answer is right here. Why do we use models to represent atoms? Okay, so scrolling back up to the top, I'm going to look for this first, what these 4 things mean on the periodic table. And I'm going to click to this website. And the first thing I notice right up here is that the picture looks almost exactly the same, and the arrows are pointing to what these words mean. So next to the first arrow, I'm going to type exactly what it says on the website. I'm going to get rid of these lines, and I'm going to type that this 6 is the atomic number, or the number of protons and the number of electrons in a carbon atom. And then I'm going to look through the rest of these pieces of information at this website to update my other arrows with what these other symbols in the box mean. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this box into a periodic table square for the element oxygen. So I'm going to look at the periodic table and see what oxygen looks like. And as I scan the periodic table, I notice oxygen is here. And so it has a little 8 as an atomic number. The chemical symbol is an O. Its chemical name is oxygen, and its atomic weight is 16. So going back to my worksheet, I'm going to put all that information in this box, and how I'm going to do that is using Google Draw. So I'm going to click on this box, click Edit, and then I'm going to use my text editing to edit that information. So the first thing I'll do is probably put a big O in the middle of the box that stands for oxygen, and I'll make that large, just like it shows on the example. And then next, I'll add a little 8 up in the corner for atomic number. I'll add the chemical name, and I'll add the atomic mass underneath. And then when I'm finished, I will click Save and Close, and my work should pop right up in this box. Next, I'm going to create a model of an oxygen atom. So this is a little bit different. I have to use this information that I put in this box that tells me how many protons, how many neutrons, and how many electrons are in an oxygen atom. And I have to use this website to show me what an atom looks like. So now I see an atom, and I can see that this one has 2 protons, 2 neutrons, and 2 electrons. Using my periodic table, I know that this is a helium atom because helium has an atomic number of 2, which means it has 2 protons. So if I'm going to create an oxygen atom, oxygen has 8 protons, 8 neutrons, and 8 electrons. So going back to my worksheet, it looks like I need 8 little blue circles, 8 little red circles, and 8 little yellow circles circling around the outside. So I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click Edit, and I'm just going to get started drawing protons. So I'll just draw a little circle, and I think the protons were blue. The color doesn't really matter, but I will fill those in with a nice blue color. And then I'm just going to copy and paste. And I'm going to paste my protons this way until I have 8 of them. And then once I have 8, I'm just going to drag them into my nucleus, until I have 8 little protons in my nucleus. I may want to include a key just to remind myself that these little blue circles are protons. And then I'm going to continue and I'm going to make 8 red neutrons in the center of the circle. And I'm not going to do that here. You guys get the gist. But then with your electrons, electrons circle around the outside of the atom, and I know that there are 8 of them, so I'm going to do the same thing. I think they used yellow for neutrons, so I'm just going to make a little yellow circle, or sorry, for electrons, and that'll be my little negative electron, and then I would just use my arrow to drag that and put it on this outer energy level. And that shows my electron circling around the outside of the circle. And then once you have your 8 protons, your 8 neutrons, and your 8 electrons to represent oxygen, you're going to click Save and Close, and your work should pop up right here. Now, this website, as you read through, there's a lot of information here, but it'll tell you all about why we use models to represent atoms, and it will help you answer these questions about this website. So, there's your help with part 2. Good luck.